wasn't that long ago that people were nomadic still. My dad was born in an igloo. Like, for most people, that's like, they can't even think of it, you know? You would be raised to respect the land.
This is an old lookout point. That's why there's a tent ring here. Hunters usually wait here for the herd to come by. As a person and a hunter, you have responsibilities to bring back food. Since everything is so expensive up here, we can go out harvesting caribou or fish and have food on the table. Because ever since in 2008, when Agnico came, it was a big eye-opener for everybody in Baker Lake, because no one expected how big the hot trucks were, the big shovels and all the earth-moving equipments were, the drills.
Prior to the mine opening up and becoming fully operational, there were community consultation meetings and meetings with the community people.
So this is part of our job to make sure that we comply to what we said we would do. So when we meet a license, when we have an operating license, so whatever our work is, we have to make sure we comply to what we said we would do at the beginning of the mine.
What they did is amazing. Like, as an open pit mine, they worked and studied to minimize the impact on the environment. That's the thing that I'm really proud of as an employee with Agnico, is how we are minimizing everything, the environmental impact and the wildlife impact.
So we do studies before, during, and after. So then we know what the state of the environment was before, and then we can measure it within the mine lifeline. So we can measure our impacts in the surrounding environment.
All the planning that goes into seeing what kinds of mitigation is being done, I really believe that the work that is being done by Agnico to be able to mine, to leave a very little footprint has been great. The closure plans, making sure that the community is involved, our Inuit organizations are involved.
There's caribou all around. I mean, this is straight in the caribou migration routes. You'll have muskox, wolf packs, wolverines, Arctic hare, ptarmigans, lots of birds, geese, Canada geese, and so forth. I mean, and then there's the water everywhere in Nunavut. So there's marine wildlife, lake trout, char, you name it, we have it.
Ever since the mine's been in operation, is when there's a caribou migration and when the caribou herd is crossing the road, Agnico Eagle will actually shut down their traffic on that all-weather road and let the caribou migrate.
Our job is to make sure that the road does not impact migration. So we'll monitor, we're on the road weekly, twice weekly, and then every day during migration, just to make sure that, okay, any traffic does not impact that migration. So we'll be on the road, and Agnico is also part of a collaring program. So we have collars on caribou and we can track them. So we'll know ahead of time where they'll be passing through our mine site, and then we can act upon that also. Wildlife has always been a priority. I mean, on the road, the rules on the road, wildlife first.
They are respecting what the community members have said about the caribou and the fish. It's really been working hand in hand and very positively.
The basis of the fishing out is basically we want to mine at the bottom of the lake. So for that to happen, we want to remove the water. And before removing the water, there are fishes in the water. So we just want to make sure we remove those fish. And then we transfer them either to a lake that's nearby, or the fish that happen not to make it, those fishes are brought to the community, are given out to elders in the community.
Every species is important, so dewatering, fish out before mining, show the Inuit population that we are on their land and we care about that, and we're going to do everything we can to do it in a respectful way.
So we want to make sure that the mine has limited impacts on the environment, and for that to happen, we have to make sure that the community agrees with all that. It's their land. So we want to make sure that when we're done with mining, it's in the same state, and that they can use the land at the end of the mining also.
Oh, myself as an Agnico employee and a northerner Inuit, yeah, I'm proud to be, makes me that much prouder to work for the company because, yeah, they listen.
And from the environmental perspective, you can walk outside the mining area and not know that you are on a mining site. I think they're doing a great job.